welcome to the Skills series. My name is Mark Fittipaldi. I'm one of the game designers on Gods Unchained. And in this series we go over some of the skills that you need to be a high-level TCG player. And if you want to see any of the previous videos, check out the description below where we have some links. In today's video, we're going over tempo. So what is tempo? Tempo is the act of gaining short-term momentum, or being the one who is driving all of the interactions and forcing your opponent to react. So why is tempo important? Tempo is important because it allows one player to dictate the flow of the game and prevent the other player from enacting their game plan. So tempo usually defaults to the player who's going first, and this is one of the reasons why we have the bag of tricks in the game, because you need to give the person going second a way to catch up in tempo. So the reason tempo is usually going toward the one who is going first is because it allows them to be the first person to drive the interactions between each player. One of the best examples of a way to get tempo is the card Trapdoor. So Trapdoor is a deception card that says pull an enemy creature from the board into its owner's hand. Now, Trapdoor inherently leads to card disadvantage, which, as we've covered, is one of the bad things that you don't want to do in a card game. So why is Trapdoor then a good card? Well, Trapdoor is a good card because it usually leads to a large amount of tempo, because if I play Trapdoor on a creature that costs more than 2 mana, I'm trading my 2 mana card to delay my opponent by however much mana their card is. Let's say they play an 8 mana card, I can play my 2 mana card to deal with their 8 mana card. This will let me develop my board with that extra 6 mana, and my opponent will be delayed in what they want to do, putting me at a large tempo advantage. Now, one of the key ways to get tempo is by trading correctly. We've covered this in a previous video, so if you haven't seen that, I would recommend watching it. But in this example, we're trading our 1 mana creature for their 2 mana creature. That puts us ahead on mana spent by 1 mana. So effectively, we're at a 1 mana tempo advantage right now. The second way to get tempo is to be mana efficient. Again, we've covered this in a previous video, so I'd recommend watching that if you haven't already. In this example, we could pass and leave our turn without having spent any mana, or we could use the bag of tricks to play a 3 mana creature, which lets us be ahead of our opponent in their mana spent, because as long as we're spending more mana than our opponent, we should eventually be ahead on tempo. In this example, our opponent has played a 7 mana creature. Now, we could opt to trade our creatures to remove their 7 mana creature, but that wouldn't be a very high tempo play, as we'd be trading quite a lot of our mana for quite a lot of their mana, and would be roughly even. However, we could also just use our 2 mana card to deal with their 7 mana card, leaving us with a gap of 5 mana, and letting us attack them very aggressively and be significantly ahead on tempo. Thanks so much for watching this episode of the Skills series, which was on tempo. Please check out the description below for links to the previous episodes, and stay tuned for more upcoming episodes. Thanks so much, my name's Mark Fittipaldi, and I'll see you next time.